Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. Last episode we finished up everything to the northeast side of town and most importantly the 2 trials of Ascendancy. So, as I often do, I took the time in town to take a look at my gear, and more importantly I applied the Ghost Flame effect to my Herald of Ash, so it's green now. I really like it. Looks pretty, looks happy. Also, I had a look at what Gina has to sell for sale, and saw she has Enduring Cry. So I actually have a reliable way of generating endurance charges, which is something that our build is going to care about quite a bit as a defensive option. And we got some yellow plated gauntlets, which is actually something I crafted in town as well. Oh, phew, what I made was better. A lot of armor. It's a tri-link, so I've now got Ancestral Protector linked with melee splash and added fire damage. So it does more pain to the baddies. Let's see how it behaves. Wow. See, that works out pretty darn well. And I also spent some crafting on this ring, just to get at least one of my resistances up, and this was the best resistance ring I had at the moment. So now I've got 64 points of lightning resistance, about 24 cold, and my fire is 10 or so. It's really not high yet. But I can't remove my other ring because it's my only source of added intelligence, and I'm kind of depending on it for my Herald of Ash, which requires a little bit of intelligence. So next time we level up, we grab the accuracy boosting node, but it also boosts our intelligence and dex by a bit. So that's going to allow us to equip some skills that actually require those stats without needing to invest too much of it from items, because that's just annoying. But I might be forced to switch to an amulet which provides those statistics while leveling until I get access to the proper nodes in the skill tree that provide me with 30 points of intelligence and int. So currently I'm just mostly autopiloting towards the western forest. Having Leap Slam allows us to jump over the broken bridges, which is a very efficient way to travel. Okay, currently killing things before the totem even has an opportunity to hit him. So let's give the totem some opportunities. Here, go hit. So, totem happy. Here, I have totem. And there is the next waypoint. Excuse me. Most of the time I manage to kill the suicide squad before they get me. Let's see, Freezing Shrine. That looks interesting for doing some fighting.
To the dirt.
Also, dex and int. I want it. And more importantly, accuracy. Wait. Let's not stand in the middle of those guys that are about to explode. Wish, wish, wish. Ooh. Let's stand in the caustic clouds. Hey, that was not quite a lot that came out of it. Oh wow, another strong box. Let's see. Rogue Exile, additional rare, 7 additional items and random curse. Okay, well let's do that. Let's cast our Green Gate. Hello there. You're the last one. The last of your kind. And apparently the black guards have spotted me. Yeah, have a totem. Have a endurance cry. And just fall over flat. Good, 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 good. Coral amulet. Probably shouldn't be picking up too many items. Leather belt though. That might be interesting. And then we move on. Get past these guys. Put the seal on the wall. Next up, Alira. Gonna grab the skill point a bit later. Let's see. Alira is usually where the side of the road has been broken, so we head over to the side. Need to kill more things. Restore my running flask. Okay, even more things. Yay, charges. Okay, and we're there. So the patch notes didn't say that Alira got more spawns, but as far as I understand, she already keeps summoning things, so she already had some form of backup. That's a killer. I don't really want your mana. Explode all the things. I have to get it into my system to actually use the Enduring Cry to boost my
There's no
endurance
blacker
charges.
magic than death, witch.
Okay. I found that I'm actually getting a lot of orbs of alteration, but I'm having issue grabbing enough orbs of transmutation to turn white items into blues.
What troubles you bring now?
So just picking up a couple of trash blue items now and some rings and such. I mean, rings only take one item slot in your inventory, and they still sell for 2 transmutation shards, so they're relatively doable. Also, if you sell unidentified rares, you get 5 shards, which is also a pretty efficient way of getting them. Let's see, this was not an upgrade, it's actually not a very decent item anyway, so let's sell it. And because it's identified, you get alteration shards, so if you want one or the other, change accordingly. And this leather belt, let's actually identify it. It's a pretty decent source of life. It's 50 points of life. And your charges get reduced.
Going?
Another one of these. Put this one in the sorting box. Or actually just put it in the side. I mean, I keep some belts here for crafting purposes. This is probably not for crafting purposes. Let's put it in the normal belt box. Okay. And then we move on. Western Forest, we are looking for the Spider Queen. So she's on the other side. So I think I saw some spider webs there. I like the nice touch that the fire or the burning caused by Ghost Flame Herald of Ash is also green. Let's see. And there it is. Weaver's Chambers. So I wonder for the Kadiro caches if you actually have to go out of your way off the beaten path in order to find them. It would make sense with the idea that they're hidden. So that, you know, if you look at the map, if you know when they generated the map, they know where the entrance is and where the exit is, of course. So they could plot the shortest route you could take from entrance to exit, and then based on the areas of the map that are further away from that optimal route, they will have a higher chance of spawning the Kadiro caches. That's, if I would have to do it, that's probably how I would approach it. Just to reinforce the bits that are hidden rather than just there in plain sight. I'm wondering how they actually did it, if it's really similar something to that, or if it's just randomly placed on the map. Because it feels like when I take the more efficient routes on the maps, if I know how the map layout generally is, and I use that to just take the shortest path, it feels like I'm not finding as many of the Kadiro caches as I find on maps where I'm completely lost and I'm just stumbling around, so to say. Or maybe some maps just have a higher chance of spawning, that might also be. So the more random the map is, the higher the chance of spawning it has, or maybe it's just bad luck. I don't really have enough data yet in the forms of just gameplay time to make a more informed judgment call on that. But from a subjective perspective, it feels like some maps that I have run have more or less. And as you speak of the devil, we actually get the blue ones. I think. Not anymore. So there's still the chain around it. I think the totem can actually handle most of it now, just because there's not a lot of spawns. There's no counter or indication how many it needs. Ooh, arc. Perandus coins, Perandus coins. So, on my... Oh wow, another one. That's very generous, game. Very generous indeed. So one of the interesting bits is that those chests, they actually keep well, raising and resummoning the monsters around it, but I haven't actually seen them summon more than the initial amount, which is an interesting thing as well. I actually had in the Den of Evil, or the Monsters Den, or no, where the white bear is. I actually had a Kadiro cache spawn that had a single monster attached to it, and I had to kill him, I think 20 times or so, roughly, before he would actually show up. Hey, that's a Kadiro cache with a bladeful. Wow, there's a lot of them here, man. As I say, this is a level there's no real logic to it that I have discovered yet, so I'm just wandering around aimlessly, and I'm finding 3 of these caches very close to each other. And a triple linked copper plate with 15% increased armor. This is, well, yeah, it's a straight upgrade in terms of damage. Let's take the Herald of Ash out, put it back in. Boom. So we now have 58% physical damage reduction from a boatload of armor. Similarly, 110 armor from this. That's just gonna beat the life and the 20% increased physical damage on our current armor. So we do 216 DPS. That drops down 201. So that's only 7% less damage in the bigger picture. But we now resist 64% of all physical damage. That's quite a lot. We actually gain 23% chance to evade attacks back. Even though I'm not doing anything to boost my evasion rate, I still have 113 points. Some of it, of course, comes from dex boosted, but oh well, mystery of life. Good mystery. So, 3 of those caches close to each other. So if my theory holds that they are far off the beaten path, that it means I'm completely on the wrong side of the map when it comes to finding the queen. No, it's here. Okay, so This is actually part of the golden path. If you came in here, this last bit where all the caches were, you need to go through it to get to the queen. So my theory that they are actually off the beaten path doesn't seem to hold. So that leaves it with random or actually on top of the beaten path. Or the ideal path or the golden path or however you want to phrase it. So that's going quickly. Here, Spidey, 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 Spides. Bye bye. And that, as I say, was that. We got the spike. Well, actually, we got a lot of things. So let's sell some random things we got. And they're seldom unidentified to get those orbs of transmutation. This is our old one. That's going to go into the stash. Let's not sell unique items.
Return.
That's a bit wasteful. And then we will just stash all the things. Let's do that. Silk, you are going to be very thankful. Let's see, melee physical, that's something very important. And faster attacks, that's also something very useful to boost our leap slam attack. But first, melee physical. We got Helena.
Hello.
We got Yina. So you should now offer more. So faster attacks for leap slam should theoretically allow us to use it as a more efficient movement skill. Not gonna convert anything to lightning. Ooh, endurance charge on melee stun. That's also something I'm interested in trying out. Melee damage on full life. For Sunder, that might actually make sense. Because I'm using it sort of kind of as a ranged weapon, and most of the time my life is actually topped up quite a bit. So, let's see, the added fire was actually a temporary thing anyway. The more melee physical at level 2, it's already better than the added fire at level 5 in terms of just adding a percentage number of damage. This adds 29% and this is already at 31%. And it's more melee physical, so that's gonna be good. So that's just a drop in replacement. 183 versus 180. Then instead of taking stun, I'm gonna take endurance charge on melee stun. And have a look at how many charges we can actually gather with that. Leap slam doesn't really need a lot of links. Ooh, heavy strike. We can actually add some extra things to that. I mean, heavy strike already has a reduction to enemy threshold, so adding stun to it, in combination with, let's say, fire damage. Well, actually, let's cut out the fire damage and take another melee physical. So heavy strike becomes a very heavy strike indeed. Herald of Ash just does its thing. Sunder is going to be a bit of experimental, and then Leap Slam needs this one. So we need to greenify it. And yes, greenify is a word. Let's see, put the Herald in our helmet. So we need one green. And then we're gonna test it out. So we have quite some chromatics because I pay quite a bit of attention to when items drop that can be converted into it. So let's have a bit of chance. Almost right. If that green one is in the link, then we're good. Excellent. So Enduring Cry goes there, Leap Slam goes there, Faster Attacks goes there. Let's see, Faster Attacks is back, everything is back to where I put it. Excellent. And the added fire damage now goes into the box. Never to be seen of ever again. Well, that's maybe overly dramatic, but let's fight Mr. Oak. Oh wait, actually, yeah, I'm gonna get the skill point from Bestel afterwards. That's just boring, getting more skill points. Let's see, the rocks, the stones lead here. Oh, 2 charges, 3, and we're maxed out. So against regular trash mobs, endurance charge on melee stun with the bonus to melee physical on top it's actually pretty potent. It's a very reliable way of gaining endurance charges, so you don't have to spam Enduring Cry all the freaking time. So Heavy Strike is now going to be very cool against bosses, and I might even just do stun and then endurance charge or melee stun rather than melee physical to turn that one into something that could potentially reliably generate endurance charges against bosses. Wait. Looking for the Riverways. This is not the Riverways, is it? Right, let's go back. Also, with the bit more metal on my armor and the bucket on my head and the metal encasing my feet, I'm starting to slowly look a bit more like the Juggernaut that I'm eventually going to turn into. Hey, hello there, Bringer of Bones. A yellow leather belt. Ooh, reduced enemy stun threshold. That's actually pretty potent. That's probably something I'll have to keep in my mind as I enchant my belt. That adding that to a belt is probably going to be very beneficial for the build, because stunning is very important. Hey, hello there, Cal Foxfly. Oh, here. So against rares like this, I can even just use Sunder to keep my endurance charges up. No problem. And we need to level up to level Sunder further. That's the best position to have a skill gem in. Yeah, I think I'm messing up a little bit with the finding of the Riverways. Let's see, just spend points in that. That means we are going to continue. Right, that's the button. So the interesting bit is that you can actually pretty quickly just get full endurance charges with a single attack of Sunder. Okay, so the road. Stones. Let's follow it that way. Is there a path here or not? Yeah, there it is. Right. Let's find Mr. Oak. Let's open up the roots. But first, kill these guys. Boom. Hello, you can come out, but you're gonna die anyway. Was better to stay in your tent, mister. Would have been better. Also, I turned off Herald of Ash. That's unfortunate. Oh, here, have a totem. +3 chest level. That means it's gonna spawn level 22 items. Caustic clouds, stream of monsters. Let's put the totem a bit back, so caustic clouds might not spawn on top of it. And just smash their skulls in. Grab all the things. Let's see. Keep running. Okay. Another bandit camp. Oh wait, we have faster attacks in our jump down. Okay, so the downtime between attacks does feel better. Wisdom? No, gotta keep the wisdom. Oh, good, good, good. So, root of the problem solved. Waypoint grabbed. Then all we need to do is find Mr. Oak. and tell him he is our buddy. In exchange for 40 points of life, which is pretty potent. Especially since we're going for a build that values life quite a bit. Because it also boosts our regeneration. Okay, this is another edge of the level. Oh, come on. You silly crabs. If I were oak, where would I hide? Oh, of course, it's up here. Hello there, mister. Life, you say? I like life. Thank you.
White.
Here, let me kill those for you. 729. That means we now have 28.5 regen per second. Which is not too shabby. So.
You help us, and we help.
Do we still... Oh, we actually have to enter the Val Ruins. Well, that's for next time. You know, talk to Bestel and enter the ruins, and then go back and see what skill gems we can get. So next time we're gonna go. We might even make it to the pyramids. We'll have to see how things go, but we're getting very close to the end of Act 2. So hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and see you again next time. Bye bye.